wrestlers that have on like a glove, they'll be like, "Oh, he has on the gloated glove. He's going for the knockout."
Like he can shake it up in the air in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Like, come on, we gotta turn it into something because if not, dummy, dummy, dummy.
But you know what? It's kind of funny. You brought up the whole Randy Lott thing and the fact that he actually did have surgery to have the finger amputated. But over the years, Randy Lott has become such a godlike figure when it comes to the fact that he played with no finger. I look back when I was in high school. I remember folks talking about Randy Lott. They were like, "Yeah, man, Randy Lott, the toughest SOB in the league." Like Randy Lott bit his finger off. His finger was just hanging. He just went on and bit the rest of it off. Like what?
The story got more tremendous. It was the middle of the game.
Exactly.
He asked for some Gatorade, and he said, "Well, look at my finger hanging." He said, "Okay, just bite the finger and rinse your mouth out with the Gatorade."
Right.
And that's how they came up with red colored Gatorade. They started coming out. They was like, when they have red Gatorade? We only got yellow. It just expanded Gatorade's marketplace.
Hey, I'm telling you, boy, Randy Lott has become a true Zeus-like warrior. Yeah. Oh, man. This is Sports Kings Live being heard via Spreaker.com and also iHeartRadio. Rob Calloway on the line right now with Bob Whitfield, former NFL offensive lineman. Spent some years right here with the Atlanta Falcons as a part of that NFC Championship team back in 1998. Now, looking like elsewhere in the NFL, we all know how critical, as we just talked about, that chop block scheme, the offensive line is for the run game. Now, were you surprised at all that DeMarco Murray jumped ship from the Dallas Cowboys and that stout offensive line that they built down there in Dallas and headed to the division rival Eagles?
Well, I looked at it one or two ways. The NFC East always swap players. It seems like that's what they do. It's like, you work for me this year, then next year you work for the competition. And then you just come back. I've seen it happen in that conference where players just going back and forth to the teams they used to play against. But then I look at it the other way. How can you be a star with Jerry Jones? Like, I just was like, I know the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, woo, woo, woo. But I just know that, man, if you just probably want to just be out from under that star a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Without out from under that hover of what that Cowboy So I just feel like, a guy like DeMarco Murray, not just for the money, but you might can actually damn it.
What are you doing, Bob?
Rod, you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I lost the call.
No.
I was like, damn it.
No.
I'm gonna start. So with DeMarco Murray, not just for the money aspect, you can actually probably create a bigger stardom for yourself outside of that Cowboys folklore. You got Emmitt Smith, leading rusher, all that name, Jerry Jones' name, the history, the Cowboys' history. They ain't won no Super Bowls, don't win playoff games, but the history prevails so strong. It's like maybe you go to another team, you get the ball out and shine on your own, and the chance to be like, out from under the star.
Yeah, I mean, which might not be a bad thing for him. I mean, because I think there is a lot of added pressure. I mean, but then when you're in a team like the Dallas Cowboys and it's time for you to get paid, and you and management are at a stall because. Not only do you have to get paid, but they got to figure out a way to pay this dude named Dez Bryant, that's out there catching balls as well.
And you got to remember, too, Dallas has operated in the last few years, prior to DeMarco Murray becoming the standout, they've been using a lot of committee-type running backs.
Right.
Remember they had the Barber kid, was their breakout star?
Marion Barber,
yeah. Yeah, and he was a committee running back that actually ran hard, so, hey, give him the ball some more. So it's one of those things where maybe they are of the type, and some teams are like this, especially when you got an offensive line that's supposed to be the best in the universe, that they can make anybody a top running back with that line. So why give him all that money when we can go get us a fifth rounder like Denver Broncos used to do and put him behind a great line, and he becomes the leading rusher in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the NBA recently held their first annual Players Awards on BET. Not sure if you had the opportunity to catch it. Did you watch it?
I've seen the preview.
Oh, you saw the preview. Well, that's all you really needed to do was see the preview because, I trashed the show. I trashed the whole award show a couple nights ago because the production value wasn't really good. It was uncensored. People were just dropping F-bombs, B-bombs, D-bombs, whatever bomb you could drop. It was being dropped. It was just like totally uncensored. And then the player awards were really whack. Like they had awards like the coach you most like, the coach that you would really like to play for, or the player that's the hardest to guard, or my personal favorite, not really, the player you secretly wish was on your team. And of course, LeBron James won that one. No secret there. But I'll ask you, Bob, who is the quarterback and the running back that you secretly wished you could have blocked for?
Well, I don't think that there's ever a running back that I would want to play with other than Jamal until I, was in the Super Bowl with TD. And then you'd be like, well, Jamal, if I had to trade, Terrell Davis wouldn't be that bad to trade you for. I would. I know you got 1,800 yards. He got 2,000. So technically, if there was one I would trade you for him. But then that being said, I love Chris Chandler and Bobby Adair, Billy Joe Tolliver, Chris Miller. Let me see, Byron Leftwich.
Oh, you did play with him in Jacksonville. You did. That's right.
Eli, Garrard. I'm trying to think all the Jared Lorenzen, Hasselback. Who else we got? Vic Damone. All these running backs. I said, well, there's only one that I can say that I would trade for. That was the one that blazed Eugene Baby Robinson up for that damn touchdown in the second quarter.
That'll be John Elway.
That'll be John Elway. So it's usually the people that whooped you the best that you like, I wish they was on me. I wish they was on my team. I was like, I wish I was mile high. Literally.
Oh my God. That's funny, Bob. That's funny. So yeah, but that was politically correct because I know Jamal is your boy. I know he's your boy. But special time. Now look, the ESPN had this thing not too long ago. It was like kind of like a what if type scenario they were doing, and the scenario was in the 1998 the NFC Championship game. Like, what if they
missed the field goal?
Yeah, what if he didn't miss the field goal? But then they went a step further, and when they showed the play, it was unbelievable, man. Because after he kicked the ball, he was sitting there watching the ball, seeing if it was going through or not, and all of a sudden. Ray Buchanan comes out of nowhere and just blasts him. And in this NFL, flags would have been thrown all over the place.
Free kick.
Did you ever notice that?
I ain't noticed that because we watching the ball.
Yeah, like Ray just blindsided the dude, like boom.
Probably everybody in the stadium
looking at the ball,
even the referee is supposed to make that call.
Everybody but Ray. Everybody was watching but Ray. Ray was still had his head down.
That is hilarious. But what if that would have kicked? If that kick would have made it, I'm telling you, Minnesota would have went on a run.
Yeah, they would have went on a run, and y'all killed it. The Falcons killed the greatest up until this New England thing with Brady and Randy Moss. Up until that, that was the most prolific offense that I had ever witnessed with my eyes. I've seen a lot of good teams, those championship 49er teams. The championship.
Randy Moss was a rookie, killing them.
Then you had the old man, Randall Cunningham, back there throwing the ball around. And, y'all killed the dreams of the Minnesota Vikings, man. But, if anybody was going to do it, I'd much rather it be the home team.
Well, that's what it was. And then we say, well, if we're doing these what ifs, we'd be like, well, what if Eugene took out a good, nice ride?
Okay.
I love baby.
Now, because I've never asked you this. Like, seriously, how much of a factor did what Eugene did the night before the Super Bowl, like how much of a factor did that really play in the grand scheme of things? Because the offense didn't look too hot.
Here's the thing: the offense had its sputters. It sputtered a couple of times. Where the first drive of the Super Bowl, we went down and only got a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
So we sputtered a little bit. But the thing that changed it was, I think, you don't have to be up all night explaining. So then you just resting, getting ready to play. Then there's I say there was one crucial play that set the difference in the game. There's a lot of plays that happened after that. This was crucial. Then every play after that was we needed to get back in the game. Well, this was before the second quarter ended, and they go deep bomb, and, Eugene just gets burnt. Flat burnt. So now he burns, they score, but they get the ball right back in the second half after Cher do an 80-minute concert.
Mm-hmm.
So they come back in the second half, stretch the score again. So now you fighting from behind. Well, now we seeing all kind of crafty blitzes. So now the whole offense is truly getting derailed now because, they letting us have it now. Confidence up, and they got a double score lead.
Poor Eugene. That will always that moment will go down in Atlanta sports infamy.
Oh yeah, it's gonna stick with him. It's gonna stick with.
Where is he?
Last I talked with Gene, he was broadcasting up in Carolina, and the thing about him is that it's not to slight everything he's done, and that's why he was able to rebuild his career. He had to endure a week-long worth of jokes because we still loved our brother, but that didn't excuse him from taking these jokes on the chin because we was cracking every joke that we can make up.
Now, wasn't the prostitute a transsexual?
No, it was a cop.
Oh, it was a cop. Oh, he got the Greg Anthony. Okay. I don't know why. All this time I thought that he thought he was trying to get a prostitute and it was a transgendered person. But okay, all right.
It was a cop, and you did the Greg Anthony. You didn't basically talk to the police, and now you're in trouble. But because of all the good stuff he's done thus far, this is probably the most redeeming league out there. They give you other chances. They give you chances to redeem yourself. So he's been able to redeem himself. And he's been able to put his life back in order from that, stay in the league around, broadcasting and all that, and actually do a great job when he was on air with the Carolina. He might still be on that broadcast team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Eugene. Say, I'm just going to pray about it.
Baby.
I'm going to pray about it with my Christian brothers, and we're going to get out there and try to win us a Super Bowl tomorrow. I love it. This is Sports Kings Live. Rob Calloway on the line with Bob Whitfield. We are being heard via Spreaker.com and also iHeartRadio. Now, Bob, for those that don't know, you were a major player here in the city of Atlanta. The music scene is one of the founders of the legendary Patchwork Studio. What are you listening to these days, and who are a few of your favorite artists?
Well, it's funny because with all this rap that's going on, I took me a break from rap music, right?
Good.
Yeah, and then I try to get back and listen to rap music, and then I'm like, man, can I get translation? Because I was like, I used to be able to pick up on this stuff, but I said, either these guys is talking with marbles in their mouth, or they need to stay off of that lean, that dirty.
That's
spice,
what it is.
That's
what it is. Yeah,
because I can't understand what the hell they talking about.
Oh yeah, then you see like rappers. That exemplify what you're talking about, like a guy like a Young Thug.
Young Thug, and I like that song too. And that first song I heard from Young Thug to Danny Glover, that is my favorite song.
Yeah.
I even wrote my little freestyle verse to Danny Glover. But I like that song. But then I don't know what the hell he's saying.
But then he gets arrested, and they find weed, cocaine, and heroin in his crib. So I hope he wasn't on it, but there's a good chance that he might have been. But
But I tell you like this: these young folks nowadays, when they pushing the envelope. Because I was just like that whole lean. And I'm like, man, we used to sip a little NyQuil, and that was a good night.
Right. Right.
Like, I took a little shot of NyQuil. Before I passed out, I'm feeling really nice. They'll put NyQuil in some Sprite throw some codeine on top of it, crush it up, and then go steal your grandmother's restless leg medicine and